I welcome all of you on YourPedia Education platform, and today I'm going to interact with Krupa Patel. Krupa Patel is a very special individual. She came last year, joined YourPedia last year with the civil engineering general category student, 407 gate score. It was less for general category student. And the trouble was, she said, I only want structures, nothing else. I want only structures in the top universities, top IITs. Now it is difficult, structure is the first choice of civil engineers and top IIT Bombay. She used to say, मेरे को IIT Bombay जाना है, structure में जाना है, इतना ही score है. But the one, silver lining was, the hope was her CGPA. She is perfect 10 out of 10 CGPA and she is gold medalist also from Gujarat Technical University. So I could tell her, okay, you'll get the calls, nothing to worry. And she got the calls also. But her last year, her success came after 1 year. This year, not only she got IIT Bombay, she could get the world top 20 universities में से जो एक यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम आता है, Toronto Universities in structures. She could get that. बहुत ही इंस्पायरिंग जर्नी है कृपा की. एंड आप में से जो लोग कृपा ये इंटरेक्शन सुने और जो कृपा से बात करना चाहते हैं, मतलब शी हैज अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ एनर्जी लेवल, और जो बात करना चाहते हैं आपसे, आप कृपा के साथ इंटरेक्ट करना चाहते हैं, स्पेशली सिविल इंजीनियर्स, विल हैव जूम सेशन एंड यू कैन टॉक टू कृपा. मैंने उसको रिक्वेस्ट किया है so that you get to know about her entire journey. So let's go, let's listen to what Krupa is to tell, and then we will interact with Krupa once again. So all the very best to all of you for your future endeavors. Krupa की जर्नी सुनो, कितने ups and downs थे इसमें, कितनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज थी. At the end when you connect the dots back side, तो आपको लगता है कि जो मेरे को नहीं मिला, अच्छा हुआ नहीं मिला, क्योंकि मैं इस चीज के लिए बनी थी. अगर मेरे को मिल जाता, IIT गांधीनगर मिल जाता, तो शायद IIT बॉम्बे नहीं मिलता, ये शायद मेरे को टोरंटो यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं मिलता. So that is how you need to think in your life. Be motivated and listen to what Krupa is to say. Thank you. Hi Krupa, and let me thank you for sparing time this morning for this interaction.
No, sir.
And I must congratulate you for multiple selections after, I must say, 1 year of wait to reach your destination and to pursue the career of your choice. So before Krupa, I come to you and I request you to tell about you to all of us here. Let me give you a little introduction. As far as I know, you joined us last year when you were pursuing the, when you were exploring the options for higher education in India. So you wrote GATE in 2021 also, Krupa, and your GATE score was 407 with civil engineering. And I clearly remember you told me, sir, either structures or nothing else.
Yes.
You are also 10 out of 10 CGPA gold medalist from Gujarat Technical University. Wonderful CGPA, and I was very confident that you will surely get some opportunities, and many opportunities explored also. But maybe structure, something which you wanted, was not attained that time. Last year also you kept on pursuing, Krupa, and not only you could manage to get some opportunity from IIT Bombay in the field of your choice, but it is really, a great opportunity which you are getting in the form of Toronto in Canada, and you are getting Masters of Engineering in Toronto University in Canada, which is QS ranking 21 overall, and for civil engineers 16. And it's a very, very prestigious university, and that too you are getting in structures. So this entire journey, Krupa, reminds me that अगर किसी को interest है किसी domain में और उसको उसी में जाना है, so sometimes he keeps on chasing something, but he ends up getting even better than that. Maybe I never thought you will end up in Toronto, honestly speaking. So this is a great thing, and I request you to share your journey with all the students here, because many of your students aspire to be in those kind of places, especially civil engineers, because civil engineers are of the view के नहीं हमारे पास opportunities कम हैं, इंडस्ट्री में हमारे पास जॉब्स कम हैं, आईटी में जॉब्स कम हैं, नॉन कोर कम है, प्लेसमेंट का कैसा होगा. तो फॉर सिविल इंजीनियर्स यू आर अ परफेक्ट एग्जांपल हाउ कैन यू एक्सप्लोर द अपॉर्चुनिटीज. सो नाउ आई कम टू यू कृपा, एंड प्लीज टेल अस अबाउट यू, व्हाटएवर यू वांट टू टेल. आप कहां से हैं एंड हाउ योर एकेडमिक दिस जर्नी वाज, एंड व्हाट यू आर प्लानिंग नाउ इन विद these opportunities in your hand. So over to you.
Yes. So, sir, thank you so much for inviting me for this session, first of all. And I'll start with my academic background. Like initially when I was in 10th, 12th, I was aiming for JEE and IIT Bombay. So at that time also my goal was the same, but anyhow I didn't clear JEE Advanced. So I ended up in Gujarat Technological University, but I then started preparing for GATE. So GATE was the only hope, and I had this kind of very strong fascination for IIT Bombay since that period. So I was working very hard. But anyhow, during my first attempt in 2021, I got a 407 score, which is very low for the branch I wanted. That is in structural. But it was my aim that I'll either go for structural or else I'll drop. So I decided to drop. But then in around May or April, I came across YourPedia, and it claimed that anyhow we will get your admission into IIT Bombay. Initially I thought it was a scam, but then I had to believe because when I joined, you had started the sessions for IIT Bombay direct PhD and everything. Then there were guidance session and everything. So I started applying, and then I started getting calls. So I got, with the help of interview sessions and everything, I got shortlisted for the interview at IIT Bombay, Gandhinagar, Kharagpur, Roorkee, Hyderabad, and many other places. So I had given written test for IIT Bombay, Kharagpur. I was selected after the written test at Roorkee, but anyhow, I never cleared any interview. So then your messages would come in the group that don't worry, winter session is still there. So, so I was hoping for the best. Then also you introduced me to join PhD program. So in PhD program, I saw and I found a research interest which was overlapping with my interest also. So then what I did, I gave IELTS for the joint PhD. I wasn't planning for Canada at all. So I gave IELTS for joint PhD. But then there were few requirements which I wasn't qualifying, and the first one was that you should have your final year done. So I wasn't qualifying that. So after that, what I did, I dropped direct PhD and I again applied for the winter session. So in that, I got selected at many places, including IIT Bombay. So by the time I had searched for my professor that I was aiming at, then I had also searched all the skills that were required for the same as per your guidance and everything. So then in IIT Bombay, I appeared for the written test for the second time, and I didn't clear it for the second time also. So, but I emailed the professor that this is the case. I'm not good at RCC and steel, but I'm good at science of materials and structural analysis and engineering mechanics and all. So and for the research I wanted to do, these were the basic subjects required. Like RCC and steel are towards the design part, so they were not required. So he was also looking forward for someone who is good in science of materials. So I clearly mentioned that thing. So he told that I'll see your paper, written test, and he actually did see, and he was like, okay, cool, so you are not wrong. So then he gave me an opportunity as a research assistant. Before that, he told me to go for a few courses and a few research papers to refer. So I was in that phase. So while I was referring that, I also pursued few NPTEL courses that he mentioned. So, but there was a thing that this is a research opportunity and it will end, but that's not an MTech degree. So I was, I wasn't, my heart was not settling down. So after that, I thought that let me start preparing again for GATE. So in November, I started preparing for GATE again. But again, like there was a very much big gap and I was not able to focus again. So I had to drop that thing. So meanwhile, I started looking, because like it had been around 6 to 7 months of my graduation to be completed, and all my friends were settled in any or other way. Everyone was earning and everything, and I was at zero at that time. And these three words, that I want some money, were very hard for me to say it to my father. So I started, so I started to see your videos on the employment section, that all the job opportunities you were posting. It wasn't, I guess it was Vikram sir or someone who was posting. So I started to see, then I came across ISRO's apprenticeship. Airports Authority apprenticeship and everything, and I applied. And as soon as I applied in the ISRO, after a month in December, I got selected. Like I got fourth position there, and in Airports Authority also I was selected. So in Bhuj Airport, my posting was there, but I didn't wanted to go there because my aim was MTech in structural, no matter what. So I again started my hustle. So as I had the score of IELTS, I thought of applying abroad. So I applied to University of Calgary and nowhere else. I
Okay.
didn't apply to University of Toronto at that time
Okay.
because I wasn't believing in myself.
Okay.
So in Calgary I applied. Then in January I had to start a job anyhow, and in apprenticeship they were paying only 15,000, nothing much. So it was very low compared to the expenses that I did. So I thought that there should be some bigger opportunity. So basically I had given 3 interviews with YourPedia, practice interviews. In the first one, Vikram sir had, like, the first one was completely trashy, and he guided that these are the things that you should know. Then the second was better, and the third one was very better compared to that. So as I had the interview experience, I freely went to private companies for the interview. Like I had so much, I had gained a lot of confidence. So with the help of those interviews in January, I bagged a position as a project coordinator with a package of 6 lakh in a private company.
Okay.
So that was a very big deal for me. But in that period only, that phase only, my university called me that I was a gold medalist recipient. So I was like, oh. Then I thought I could do many more things apart from being a project coordinator. I can pursue my dream that was to become a structural engineer. So I dropped that opportunity and I applied to University of Toronto directly because I had given a lot of
Now you got confidence that I am gold medalist and I should apply.
So with that confidence, I had applied, and the deadline for application was 15th February, I guess, and I applied around 13th or 14th of February.
That's 2 days before, huh?
Yeah, and the worst part was that they give the admission on rolling basis.
Okay.
So if the seats are full, there is no chance.
Okay.
But I applied. I had confidence and I applied. Then again, after a few days, I was like, chill, sister. This is not the time yet. Like, just getting a gold medal won't get you an
In
admission
Toronto.
in Toronto. So I was again back to the earth and I started finding.
Okay.
And now that I had rejected the 6 lakh package, I was again at the zero level. I had to start from the. So at that time, I got an opportunity as a landscape designer at BAPS. BAPS is a spiritual organization as well as an NGO. So they were working on a project. So I got a position as a landscape designer and I started working there. So from the month of February till the month of May, I have worked and prayed. Only 2 things. Prayed to God a lot that please do something. And in that phase, what happened around March. Yeah, March or April, University of Calgary sent me a message that we have removed the specialization of structural engineering.
That is what you wanted.
Yeah. So they have removed structural engineering. So either you can join project management or general. So I was like, no way. This the last thing, the last hope had gone. And meanwhile, I got the result of GATE. I didn't qualify this time. So then I was planning that now stop expecting and start doing masters.
This was which month, Krupa? When GATE is spoiled, that is the month of March or April something?
Yeah. March, the worst yet the best months of my life. That is February, March, April, May of 22. I'll never forget those months.
Worst and best also, right?
Yeah.
So, at one point you lost everything. That okay, GATE is not qualified. Second time I wrote, I did not even qualify. Calgary is gone. So Toronto, no hope. Job I left.
That job opportunity also was airport authority mein se apprenticeship thi, that also I dropped. So I was at like zero level again. I was just working as a landscape designer and praying to God that for something exceptional to happen. So it was my birthday on 18th May. I decided कि भगवान कुछ देना है, so please give it before that. After that, I won't wait. So on 18th of May, I genuinely prayed a lot and everything, but nothing happened. So then I dropped the idea of going to Canada, University of Toronto, nothing. Calgary was again flop. So I started to prepare for PG set again, that I am not giving up because I know that I can do something and I'll work hard till I can. So I gave up on everything. I started preparing for PG set. I took some MCQ books for reference because GATE, my mind wasn't prepared for giving GATE again. So I started preparing for PG set. So on 20th of May, actually on 21st May morning, when I opened my emails, the first mail was of University of Toronto, and I was like, no way, it should be rejection only. Let me just not open. But then I thought rejection है तो क्या हो गया? अब तो मैं rejection ले रही हूँ फिर से. So I was up for rejection. Then I opened and it was an acceptance letter. So finally I managed to get my dream, and like I wasn't expecting, but again, a way more higher ranked university than IITs, but again.
Toronto is a dream for many. And I don't know you are aware or not, at one point of time, Krupa, you wanted to be graduate in IIT Bombay. And I tell you, IIT Bombay graduates aspire to be in this University of Toronto. Many of them, maybe you will get there also, and many get rejected also. So eventually you have got, the destination which you wanted. It's a great achievement, I tell you.
And so one more thing, that one of a senior of mine at University of Toronto. So few days back, I was just exploring who from India is there, who's studying there in U of T. So I came across this guy. He was from IIT Bombay. He completed his bachelor's from IIT Bombay, and as of now, he is doing his master's in University of Toronto in structural specialization. So like, I am gifted.
It gives the same satisfaction level.
Yeah.
That you reach the same place which you missed at the J level. Yeah.
So like everyone gets a chance to run for the race from the start at every point in life. Just you need to keep dreaming, praying, and working hard. You cannot give up.
Yes. That is the lesson actually. From your this entire story, the lesson is कुछ options मिलती रहती हैं. आपको fight मारते रहना चाहिए. You should keep aspiring. And determined mind, if the mind is determined mind, God also helps in the form of mail in the morning in your mailbox from Toronto. Calgary, God will say no, Calgary नहीं देते, इस लड़की को Toronto देते हैं. You understand? So Calgary से हटा देते हैं, structure हटाते हैं, और Toronto आपको देते हैं. So you never know the surprises in life.
While I was dropping the package of 6 lakh, everyone in my family was like, "Are you mad? Like, do you have mind? Like getting a gold medal won't get you such a big package. So stop daydreaming and start working." I was like, no, I will get. But after a few days, I again had to work for some another.
Daydreamers also have their day sometimes. That is great. Krupa, you are Patel. Krupa Patel from Gujarat, and what I know, Gujaratis are there in US maximum. You know, so many. So, but you are going to Canada. So I'm sure you have your relatives and all in US and these kind of countries. So why you decided to go for Canada, and what is the view of your parents and all in this?
Well, my parents are extremely happy, and they are so proud that to each and every one person, even passing on the road, they are like, my daughter got in University of Toronto. So anyone would tell that is your daughter going to Canada? Then they will be like, no, she's going to University of Toronto. So they are
because Toronto is very prestigious university. So,
but again, sir, like in the US and everywhere, I could have applied and I could have got, but the value that I'm getting from University of Toronto based the tag, it is very highest ranked.
I tell you, we keep on guiding students, Krupa, for all these universities. But I tell you one thing honestly, getting into Toronto is difficult, far difficult than in many of the universities in US of the same rank.
Yes, sir.
There are many reasons, because Canada provides you PR kind of things, permanent residencies, laws are easier actually.
Very easy.
People aspire, because Indians, what they want, Indians do not go to these countries to come back immediately. They don't do that. We go there when we are spending money, we go there to basically stay in those countries and earn in those countries. That is very honest, appraisal of our effort. So Canada provides you better opportunities from that sense. And I find, Punjab is crazy for Canada, I tell you. Punjab, and there are so many states. So Toronto University is the best university of Canada. So obviously there's a huge rush for this university. So somebody who is dreaming for Toronto, actually, I can understand now the kind of risk you had taken at that time. 6 lakh jobs you dropped at a drop of your head. No, I'm good medalist. Throw this job and let's have it Toronto. This was insane, actually. Yeah. So, but still, people get opportunities. That is the thing that is there.
Like you should never stop believing in you and God. Like God has different plans for you. I never thought that Toronto would be my cup of tea. But anyhow, I got selected by
You remember, Krupa, you went for one interview in IIT Gandhinagar. You called me back, and we had a very long discussion that time.
Yeah.
That was related to some job, doing job also and studies also. What was that
MTech
work?
workplace study.
Work with studies, right? That is,
Yeah.
and that interview went super from your side because you could explain them everything, and I was confident you will get it. You did not get it. Now, this is what the life is, because when you connect the dots in the backside, in the hindsight, when you connect the dot, think of, had you doing that, you would have been doing some that in IIT Gandhinagar. But now you're getting opportunity for international exposure also, right? So that is something which all
Yeah.
of us should
So
learn.
would you won't believe, sir, you won't believe, sir, while I was not getting into IIT Gandhinagar MTech Workplace study, there was a guy who I met from YourPedia itself. He was getting into MTech Workplace study. So I had a word with him. So he told me that, see, he had lesser gate score than me. He was from mechanical, no doubt, but he had a lesser gate score, lesser CGPA. Plus, he had dropped for 3 years, and he had been doing some kind of job. And then he had applied here, and he was getting. And even in University of Calgary, there was a friend of mine who had just 7 CGPA, and he got just after a month. And I didn't get any admission letter. So I was like, God, what do you want from me? So there was a series of failure. But you can't stop.
Gandhinagar is in Gujarat, so they were sure Krupa Patel is not going to be in India. She's going abroad. So let us not select her. Let her go to foreign university. So at the end, what you got was the best. अच्छा Krupa, at this stage, I tell you, at this stage, जैसे अभी तो 1 साल के बाद बात कर रहे हैं हम. Last year, इसी time पे you started getting dejections and all. Now it is 1 full year. We are now talking. This phase is not easy phase. इस phase में student quit कर देता है. इस stage में student छोड़ देता है, वो compromise कर लेता है, वो अपने dreams को छोड़ देता है, pursue करना बंद कर देता है. Now, what is your advice to all the students? As a teacher, I keep on telling them, obviously, but the words from people like you has a different meaning. इस stage में अपने आप को कैसे somebody should keep himself motivated, self belief कैसे आए, और कैसे वो अपने टारगेट की तरफ चलता रहे. When he is not having job, when he's getting dejections, when parents have also started questioning, when he is comparing with his peer group, वो सारी तरह की troubles इस stage में जब आना start होती हैं, तो उस stage पे कैसे अपने आप को हम move on करते रहें. Tell them.
See, I learned we cannot run for exams. Like, we cannot spend 2 to 3 years for certain exams or anything, but we can spend for attaining that level of skill set, because skills are the thing that will make you reach anywhere. Like you said that IIT Bombay direct PhD is a top job, but yet I got shortlisted because you guided me for the relevant skills. So either rather than learning for running for any exams or stuff, you should run for skill set. And because after at the end of the day, it's all about money. The money that you are earning, like not only money, of course, the work that you do, but again, money adds a value to your life, and it's the thing that should not be unseen at the time of thinking for the opportunities. And especially to the girls, I would like to say that to me, when I was getting rejections from everywhere, then my parents were like, boys will accept you, so start looking for boys.
शादी वादी करो और चलो ठीक है.
हाँ, शादी करो और settle हो जाओ. But I was like, stop it, everything. I'll marry by the end of this year. If I not fail to get any opportunities, I'll surely marry. Just give me this year. And after that, I started praying to God, and that extreme hustle. Because when your relatives be like that, Krupa has entered the age now, she should start looking for boys and everything, and she's not doing job, she's not getting admission, she's not studying, then what she's doing the whole day? And I'm like, I'm listening, come on. So everyone has this phase, like no matter I got a gold medal from university, but in the gate I scored only 407. And the fact that, sir, I was getting more marks in test series than I got in the actual gate because of the exam pressure. Because I was pressurized that I have to manage to get up to this score or else I will fail. And because of that, I didn't get. And the second attempt, I didn't even clear. तो उसका सर जो डिप्रेशन लेवल आता है वो पूरा नेक्स्ट लेवल का होता है. लेकिन दिस इज लाइफ. लाइक डोंट टेक योर फेलियर्स एज फेलियर्स, रादर टेक देम एज स्टेप्स. दैट ओके, मैंने सीख लिया है कि इतना इतना है, अभी मुझे आगे बढ़ना है. देन आई लर्न माई स्किल्स, आई लर्न the proper skill set required for the role I want to pursue. Like for a structural engineer, I need to know AutoCAD and everything, which wasn't taught in my university back then. So I learned those software. I started preparing plans and everything. And you won't believe, मुझे 21st May को I got the offer letter, and on 22nd of May from LinkedIn I got a project also, freelance project as a civil engineer, my first project. So like, you never know when all the
Things
doors will
start
open.
moving for you.
You need to work on your skill set because life doesn't stop.
इसमें क्या है कृपा, अपना सेल्फ बिलीफ और पॉजिटिविटी जरूरी है कि मेरे को कुछ मिल जाएगा, वो बहुत जरूरी है. अगर वो दिमाग से निकल गया ना कि मेरा अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता, अगर ये आपने खुद को बोलना स्टार्ट कर दिया तो इट इज ओवर, द गेम इज ओवर.
So there is a friend of mine who was preparing for ESC along with me. ESC Engineering Service Exam.
Yes.
And he was getting more score than me in GATE. Like his score was around 532 or something. Yet he was so much demotivated that he didn't apply to any IITs or anything. But if he would have applied, he would have got it. But
Yes.
that feeling that नहीं मेरा तो कम score है, so I won't get. That should not be there.
और मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ इंडिया में बच्चे इतना टैलेंट अपना वेस्ट करते हैं ना, 4-5 साल से तैयारी कर रहे हैं. There are so many opportunities, there are so many opportunities. See, if they start looking opportunities the way you explored, तो मिल जाता है और अच्छा उनको, they can start their life very nicely in that direction. Now Krupa, the last question I'll ask you is about again your future goals, ambitions you have kept for yourself. What after Toronto you have kept, if you have decided anything in your mind roughly or something. तो ये मास्टर्स करने के बाद क्या चल रहा है दिमाग में, what you want to do?
So, since I was a kid, I had this dream that I should be owning my own business. Then I finalized the domain that was in structural.
Eventually you're Gujarati.
So now
you want to be entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I want to start my own consultancy as a structural engineer in future. So after my masters, I'll gain experience in the same domain, and then I'll go for my individual consultancy.
That's wonderful. चलो कृपा, that was wonderful talking to you. And अभी इस बार YourPedia ने क्या किया है कि जो जैसे आपका ये वीडियो हम पब्लिश करेंगे तो बहुत से ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जो आपसे इंस्पायर होते हैं और आपसे बात भी करना चाहते हैं. तो अब हमने क्या स्टार्ट किया है कि जो स्टूडेंट्स आपसे इंटरेक्ट करना चाहेंगे, मैं जूम पे एक दिन आपको इनवाइट करूंगा, एंड उन स्टूडेंट्स को भी जो ज्वाइन करना चाहें, विल टेल के कृपा का सेशन जो आना चाहे, जो बात करना चाहे, बिकॉज दे वांट टू इंटरेक्ट, दैट गिव्स देम मोटिवेशन एंड पॉजिटिविटी. So that is something which I have started. I will be anchoring that, and I will be requesting you for that particular time slot. And students who want to interact with you, they can join, and then we can have a talk. And वो आपसे बात करके उनको अच्छा लगेगा, और maybe उनमें से कई लोग motivate होके अपने.
One more thing, that I am Gujarati and I won't waste a single rupee in anything that is unproductive or something. So I didn't even hire a consultancy while I was applying to University of Toronto. All I had just one subscription of YourPedia that was around 2,000 or something, and with the help of that I made my own SOP.
See, no, I want to say something. If Gujaratis are taking our consultancy, that means we are doing good job. I can say that because Gujaratis will not spend money otherwise. That is great.
I went for no consultancy or nothing. Without any consultancy, I have made it to University of Toronto. With God's help is 50% and 50% of this.
Chalo, that's wonderful. So Krupa, we'll have another session with civil engineers. Those who want to talk to you, they can join and you can discuss with them, you can guide them, and you can tell them your entire journey. Thanks a lot, Krupa, and God keeps, God will keep on providing you multiple opportunities. Looks like very gracious on you now. So I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much. Thank you.